Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Frontier Theater in 1875 was almost as rough and tough as the Frontier Saloon. Wyatt Earp, as Marshal of Wichita, found himself saddled with the job of keeping order at the town's music hall, where all kinds of shows and all sorts of characters bid for popular favor. Usually the shows were pretty good, but usually the cowboy audiences were full of liquor and bad-tempered. Their response to the drama was simple and primitive. If they liked the show, they threw money on the stage. If they didn't like it, they started a riot. But in the case of Jeff Pruitt and his carnival honky-tonk...
Come on, girls, the rehearsal's over. The whole show's over.
Don't worry about it. You've got no right to close my show, Earp.
It isn't a show.
You don't know nothing about it. You're a Johnny Law, you know show expert.
I know enough to know what you were running. Your girls are underpaid and they were rolling drunken cowhands.
That's a lie.
When the music hall's owned by this city, you're closed, Pruitt.
I fight with my fists. I don't wear guns with two deputies to protect me.
If that's the way you want it, I'll take them off.
Not now. I want to get you all alone, where nobody can save you from a beating.
Okay, you arrange that, Pruitt. You fix it up real soon. I'll take him and the girls to the hotel. Archie, put up that sign.
Hey, aren't you going to have them fined for putting on an off-color show?
No, our job is to keep cowhands from being robbed, not to protect their morals.
Wyatt, we're going to have more trouble over at that music hall.
Jeff Pruitt?
Now it's that new company, the Harlow Players.
What's their problem?
Well, Harlow's been making the cowhands sore at him. Mr. Murdoch says you'd better come right away.
Show business. Had more trouble with the music hall than 10 saloons put together.
Now remember, my darling, a child's duty is to be honest, cheerful, and obedient.
Do I have to obey him, Mama? He is not my real papa.
Hush, my dear. You must obey Mr. Lash. I myself have vowed to love, honor, and obey him.
But he is cruel. He makes you cry.
The truth, from the lips of my own little girl. How could I have consented, in a moment of weakness, to marry Mr. Lash?
Well, you shouldn't have done it.
Hark! It is he. It is Mr. Lash.
Oh, Mama, I am afraid.
Do not be afraid.
So.
I find you whispering. What is it this time, Well, answer me.
Don't tell him nothing. If she tells on our little Mary, we're gonna...
It's too late for a subterfuge, Agatha. 1 hour ago, I intercepted a letter which this ungrateful child wrote to her maternal grandparents in Schenectady.
No.
Yes. Leave the room, Agatha.
Please, Mr. Lash, I beg of you.
Don't you leave, ma'am.
You stay with little Mary. I am your husband. Leave the room.
Heaven help us.
Now, you ugly little fiend. I'll teach you to write lies about me.
It is true. You are mean and cruel to my Mama.
Oh, indeed. Well, I can be meaner. I'll teach you what cruelty feels like. You have presumed to sneer at me. You have dared to write your maternal grandparents in Schenectady that I am a secret drunkard. You have spied upon me, you ungrateful child. Let me go!
It's only a plane.
Get away from it!
Oh, Pa, you hurt.
Oh, thanks to this officer here.
I love my papa. I'm not crippled and he doesn't spank me in real life.
You go on in and finish your show. I'll see there's no more trouble. Come on, take him inside. Come on, get in.
We've put on Suffer Little Children 100 times. I had no idea the audience here would react the way it did, Mr. Earp.
Well, you ever been out west before?
No.
You just don't understand cowhands, Mr. Harlow.
Just like other people, aren't they?
Sure, when they're sober. Trouble is that most of them are never sober. You see, Wichita's the end of a long cattle drive for most of them, and their stay here is their one big holiday of the year.
Oh, see.
Now, before your show opened, I had to close an all-girls show. They probably resented that.
What you're trying to say is I should have put on a more cheerful play.
Yeah, I guess that's what I want to say. You see, they don't care much for villains.
Well, then we're finished.
How's that?
I'm down to 2 sets. The one we used tonight and one for Death to the King. Most of tonight's audience demanded their money back.
Oh. You got financial troubles, huh?
I haven't told my wife, but they held our other sets and most of our costumes in Kansas City. Panic of 73 is still lurking in the wings, you know.
Can't you put on the other play?
I'm an even worse villain in that one.
Papa, can't Mama and I come in now?
Well, all right.
The dying swan, catch. Oh, it isn't proper. Papa should have caught me. You're a strange man.
Jeannie.
Don't scold her, hon. Jeannie's just putting that on, mister. She aimed herself straight at you.
Why, Papa, I did not.
Oh, it's all right, Jeannie. I like you, too. Mrs. Harlow, your husband and I talked it over, and we decided you ought to put on Death to a King tomorrow night.
Well, yes, we'll put on the King,
Won't that start another riot?
Well, I hope not. Anyway, my deputies and I will be on hand.
It seems I have no choice.
That's right. Our company's financially embarrassed and down to 2 sets. Papa doesn't think Mama knows, but we both know.
Jeannie.
That's all right. I've been broke a few times myself.
You won't let those cowhands hurt my papa, will you?
Jeannie, I give you my word of honor. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you, sir.
The swooning princess. I fell right into the arms of the law.
You'd better fall right into the arms of Morpheus.
Yes, Mama. Good night, Mr. Earp.
Good night, Jeannie.
Good night.
She's very sweet. Good night.
Thank you.
Stupid cowhands. Yeah, they didn't get that actor away fast enough. Earp jumped him at the stage door.
When do we try it again, Jeff?
Well, tomorrow night if Harlow's got the guts to put on another show. But no cowhands this time. Let them start the rumpus. And you boys grab Harlow, put him on a horse, and head for the Douglas Avenue Bridge. Earp will ride to the rescue, and we've got him.
Harlow again.
Wonder if that no-good child-beating murderer gets murdered, or does he murder the king?
He better get murdered.
Hi, White. Hi, Marshal.
All right, hold it down. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Last night, some of you folks out there in the audience took the play too seriously. Now, just in case you haven't read today's Eagle or were told by your bartender, I'm going to repeat a mild warning. Now, this stage up here belongs to Mr. Harlow and his actors and nobody else, and that includes everybody out there. Now, if anybody tries to climb up on this stage except the actors, or tries to make any unnecessary noises, you're going to get buffaloed. The law says you'll stay in jail for 30 days. Now, me and my deputies are going to be sitting in the front row, so all of you just sit back, relax, and enjoy the play.
And now, on with the play.
6,000 men approached to seize my castle and my kingdom. And I, alone and deserted. My life is like this piece of cord. It had its beginning. It must inevitably have an ending.
Now, what could be fairer than that?
And yet, a king must sleep, restless with the burden of his own crown. For on this day, I did but hearken to such tales of woe from my poor subjects, that death, not sleep, would such a blessing be. But hold, my wretched life is precious to my people. True, true. For when the last ruddy drop escapes the cup, what then? Moncrief is king. Aye, Moncrief, my nephew, so steeped in evil as to mock my name and make his own name a terror in the kingdom. Moncrief is named to squeak like the gallows rope, like the screw that turns the rack. Moncrief. His name doth rhyme with grief, that word so cruel and so forlorn. But why do I think of this? For I am old. 'Tis far better to dodder and to drowse and to sleep.
Now, don't you go to sleep, King.
No, Harlow's coming to dry gulch you.
Why don't we beat him to the drought?
Beat him. Get on, get him right now.
He snores. The old fool snores. And this his last farewell to life. No battle cry, no gallant jest. Not even a seemly prayer. 'Tis well. For what is left of this life, I mean to nudge across the sticks with a bare butt.
Hey, King, wake up!
Wake up, wake up.
Come on, wake up!
Wake up. Snore by night, a toothless cackle by day. Ears lie cold in the very blood of him. Too long the frost has gathered on his beating heart, yet labors feebly now in a sheet of ice. Well, old man, thou art mostly dead.
Quiet, quiet! If you people continue to act like this, we'll never have a theater in Wichita.
It's no use. We'll have to give them their money back again tonight.
Mr. Harlow, I know who's buying this now. We'll talk about it later.
Well, at least two are going to jail. Come on. Come on.
Don't shoot, Marshal. Now, you were there, you saw what happened.
Yep.
I thought it was just cowhand stupidity. But the men that tried to grab Harlow tonight trail with Pruitt and his gang.
Simmer down, my
No,
friend.
not this time. I promised Harlow I'd protect him. I didn't.
You kept Jeff's men from giving him a good dose of tar and feathers.
That's not the point.
Now, Wyatt, whether Pruitt caused the trouble or not, Harlow is partly responsible.
How do you figure that?
You can't play Christopher Marlowe to a bunch of cowhands. I know the poor fellow's broke and his company's stranded here, but he should never have attempted death to the king.
That's still not the point.
Well, what is the point?
Handful of drunken cowhands and Pruitt's men are trying to close a music hall. That's the point.
Well, it seems to me they've succeeded.
Well, they can't let them get away with it.
What are you going to do?
If they do get away with it, I might as well turn in this star.
Wyatt, you're mad and upset.
You're darn right I'm mad and upset. I don't like giving my word to a man and then not being able to keep it. But the main reason is nobody puts anything over on me. I'm the marshal, and the marshal can't afford to let him get away with that. You know that. He's through.
All right, go ahead and arrest Jeff Pruitt. That show of his you closed was filthy. I'll back you up on that.
What's it going to do? What good? The music hall would still be closed, and Harlow and his actors would still be flat broke.
All right, we can take up a collection.
I've already done that.
Huh?
My deputies arrested 23 men tonight. I gave them the choice of kicking in $10 apiece or being arrested for disorderly conduct, so they all kicked in. $230 worth.
It's mighty irregular. Oh, but I approve. Yes, I do. I approve.
Thanks.
Wasn't that enough to get Harlow and his company back to their next stand?
Wyatt, Mr. Harlow's here.
Oh, good. Send him in.
Come in, Mr. Harlow.
Mr. Harlow, I believe you've met Mr. Murdoch, the editor of the Wichita Eagle.
Yes, he gave me a very nice notice in his paper. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Mr. Harlow. I guess I'd better run along. You two will want to talk.
No, wait. I want you to hear what I have to say. Mr. Harlow, how much would it cost to get your troop out of town?
Oh, no, we couldn't accept that. We'll find jobs and try to save another stake.
Well, this happens to be a free will donation made by the cowhands that tried to break up your show tonight. That sound better? Now, how much will it cost?
Well, $200 or $300 ought to pay our bills here and get us back to Kansas City.
Kansas City, huh? And what play would you do there?
The Tale of Two Cities.
By Charles Dickens.
Yes, I made the serial story into a play.
The audience like it?
Oh, they love it, Marshal. Our top box office attraction, all through the East.
Well, if you had the sets, is there any reason why you couldn't play it here?
Here? After what happened
Now,
to
look,
us?
Mr. Harlow, I want to keep the music hall open. Now, wouldn't you like to have another chance at Wichita?
Frankly,
Frankly, Mr. Harlow is scared, and I don't blame him.
All right. There's your money.
Now, that's a sensible solution. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Mr. Murdoch.
And, Wyatt, you'll feel better in the morning.
Sure. Mr. Harlow, what kind of a character do you play in Tale of Two Cities?
I play Sidney Carton, a great heroic role. I change places with the husband of the woman I love. I go to the guillotine in his stead. Do you think they'd boo me here for that?
I think Mr. Murdoch's probably right. Got to try it in Kansas City.
But you want me to play it in Wichita. Why?
For purely personal and selfish reasons, Mr. Harlow.
Still, why?
I took a licking tonight. I promised you'd finish your play without any trouble. My job, you can't afford to be licked.
Neither can I, Mr. Earp. You wouldn't have any objections, would you, if I used this money to fix up a set for the Dickens play?
I can't think of a one.
See you at the music hall. Tomorrow night.
Wyatt, wake up. Hey, take it easy. It's just me.
Did you find anything new on the saloon beat?
Yep. Pruitt got drunk over at Rowdy Kate's and talked too much. He says he's going to let this new show run without any trouble, and then he's going to grab Harlow before the curtain goes down.
Oh, what's he got against Harlow?
Nothing. Except he figures that you're going after Harlow. He's bragging that he's going to bushwhack you. He's going to take your guns away and beat you up with his fists.
Hey, that's good. Almost too good to be true. Are you sure?
Rowdy Kate passed me the word. She hasn't lied to us yet.
I trust her. Go get Brick. We gotta plan this carefully.
Right.
Allie!
Come, my dear. You have given life great courage. Give death an equal bravery. For death is nobler than life.
Allie!
I can bear it for myself, Mr. Carton, but for you.
No, my child.
Why must you sacrifice your life for them? Why?
Charles Darnay is a good man. I have loved his wife, Lucy, with the one pure affection God has granted me in this world. And their child.
Allie!
In sparing little Lucy's life, I gain a child of my own. Is all that not worth a few moments out there?
Let me go first, Mr. Carton.
No, my darling. You are friendless and alone. If you went first, I might lose you. His angels might hurry you away.
Oh, but I would wait. I promise, Mr. Carton. I love you.
How fortunate we are. We meet in prison, and by chance of numbers, we are together now.
Say you love me, Mr. Carton. Just a little.
More than a little. In the light of eternity, your soul should be bright and beautiful.
Beautiful?
The loveliest young lady who has come from France. And even I, a weakling, a wastrel, and a rogue. If my prayers be answered, I too shall be pleasing in his sight.
Oh, you will, you will.
Sidney Cotton.
But a few moments now, and I'll have you in my arms again. Think this of me. It is a far, far better thing I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest I go to than I have ever known.
Alec!
Marshal Earp, those men, they grabbed my papa. Stop them, stop them.
Get him off of there. You boys get these horses out of sight. Get down off of there. Our Earp will be along soon because a lot of people saw the way we went. And I want you to walk right around in a little circle in this road. And don't run out on us. If you do, we're going to shoot you down. Understand?
Mr. Howell, glad to see you're not hurt.
I said I'd get you alone.
I'm sorry, Mr. Earp.
You're going to be a lot sorrier. Get his gun.
All right, Pruitt, it's your turn. Lift them, all of you.
Now, come on, drop him. Get him. Come on, get those guns down. Get him up. Get over here, all of you.
Hurry up. Around.
Are you going to shoot me, huh?
No. Keep your guns on the rest of them. Mr. Pruitt's first. You wanted a fist fight, didn't you?
Not with your deputy shooting me in the back.
Don't worry, they won't. You stay out of this.
Right.
Watch it! This is what I've been wanting. Now get up.
You can't wait, can you? Come on, get up.
Come on, Pruitt.
Get up, Pruitt! Come on. Come on. Swing. That's it. Get up. You ain't hurt. Get up.
No, Mr. Earp, you whipped him.
You're next. Push him out. Shove him over here.
No. No. Stop him! Stop him!
Come on. What's the matter? You heard Pruitt brag I couldn't fight with anything with my guns. Well, come on!
No, come to your senses, man. You'll kill him. Get out of it.
This ain't my fight, Earp.
It is now.
Wyatt! Please, Mr. Earp.
You better get him over to Fabric's office. I'm sorry. Mr. Howell, I try to stay out of fistfights. Gun's less personal and I don't get so mad.
I can't fight with my fists or a gun. But if I had to fight you, I'd sure choose a gun.
How'd Tale of Two Cities go?
Oh, tremendous. I missed 5 curtain calls at least.
Great. You'll run forever. In Wichita, that means about 2 nights. You better climb aboard.
Aren't you riding back?
No. We'll take a little walk. I'll see you in town.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold.